From Bobcat Arena in the Physical Education Center on the campus of Frostburg State College, Channel 8 Sports continues its coverage of the 22nd Annual Alhambra Catholic Invitational Tournament. Our game features the ACIT Championship between the Calvert Hall Cardinals from Baltimore, Maryland, and the DeMatha Stags from Hyattsville, Maryland. Calvert Hall comes into this game with a record of 33 wins and no losses. The number one rated team in the nation. DeMatha is 27-2. In the games which preceded this one on our final night of coverage in the 22nd Annual Alhambra, in the third place consolation game, Father Judge down Bishop Walsh 59-37. In the consolation championship, it was Bishop McGuinness 53, Monsignor Bonner 50. In the championship finals, the third place went to Mackin of Washington, D.C. by the score of 93-77 over Cardinal Gibbons. Hi, everyone. Along with Van Roby, this is Pat Corrado, and we have the championship game in the ACIT coming up in just a few seconds after we have the introductions. Van Roby, this is the game they're calling the Dream Game. Calvert Hall against DeMatha. It's Morgan Wooten coming into this game. 5 consecutive championships, and in this particular case, DeMatha is in the uncharacteristic role of the underdog, but I don't think that'll bother them at all.
I'm sure they have been the underdog many, many times. You said something to me that you were surprised to hear them booed a little bit whenever they were. Because I'll tell you, that's just respect. That's all that is. Because I'm sure that these teams both have been playing in unfamiliar circumstances all year. So a little bit of booing doesn't really upset them much.
I'm sure they're used to that because they play a lot of games on the road.
On the road, right.
We're getting the introductions now, the reserves for Calvert Hall, coached by Mark Amatusi. And this is the game he's been waiting for. And this, of course, is the game the fans have been waiting for. The reserves now being introduced for the DeMatha Stags.
Well, the thing about it is, Mark Amatusi has such a veteran ball club, Pat, and of course, Wooten has been using a lot of underclassmen. I have a feeling that they're going to be back, whatever happens in this game.
Well, that's for sure. Man, it might be interesting, perhaps as far as the contrasting styles go, although both teams like to run. I believe that DeMatha, of course, has the more disciplined offense and
seem to want to play more of a half-court game as opposed to Calvert Hall. Oh, here we go, the
starters for the Calvert Hall Cardinals. Number 50 is Paul Edwards, a 6'3 senior. For the DeMatha Stags, we have number 25, Mike Alexander, a 6'6 senior. For Calvert Hall, the other forward will be Patrick Sass, a 6'4 senior. And for DeMatha, number 32, Drew Comlow, a 6'5 sophomore.
232s.
At center for Calvert Hall, number 34, 6'5 sophomore Dwayne Farrell. And for DeMatha, the center will be Benny Bolton, a 6'6 junior.
They keep slapping each other so hard on their hands there. I'm not too sure they're going to have a hand to shoot with.
Well, Lefty Drizel said that's how Buck Williams used to psych out Ralph Sampson. Here's Mark Wilson, 6'1 senior, and for DeMatha, number 22, Leroy Allen, a 6'1 junior. And there is Pop Tubman, James Pop Tubman at guard, 5'9 senior for Calvert Hall. And it is Patrick Smith, number 23 for DeMatha, a 6' senior.
The little guy's popping it wherever he goes, I'm told. All little people are, Pat.
We've had the introductions, and we'll be set for the championship game in the 22nd Annual Alhambra Catholic Invitational Tournament in just a moment. Bring it back. Calvert Hall beat Mackin 85-77, while DeMatha down Cardinal Gibbons 86-68 to advance to this game. Here we go. It's underway, and we're going to toss it again.
Boy, I'll tell you, Al Murray threw that one that just about went up to the scoreboard.
Might mention the officials.
You have to throw it high. Al Murray and Joe Zombie. That's much better.
All right. Underway, the ball goes to Mark Wilson for Calvert Hall.
They don't waste any time.
Wilson puts the shot up, and it's good. Calvert Hall leads it 2-0.
One of the reasons he's the top scorer, Pat, is that penetration. He leads the Cardinals, scoring 19 points a game. There's that full court pressure.
Patrick Smith with the ball. Now gives it up to Leroy Allen. Got it to Benny Bolton, the baseline.
Good job, Patrick.
Over to Drew Comlow. No good. Oh, Edwards, he's got Tubman up court.
DeMatha got back very fast.
Out of bounds, knocked out by Allen. It'll go to Calvert Hall.
Well, soon that ball went to the board. Mark Wilson took off right down the left side of the court here in front of us. They really move around. That's Wilson with the ball. It's an active offense.
Wayne Farrell reverse. No good. Tap is good by
Sass.
Patrick Sass. And it's 4-0 Calvert Hall.
Well, Sass had good position on that offensive board.
Out of bounds. Knocked out. It's going to go to DeMatha.
Had a fellow down the end of the court say, I heard you say the other evening there's an awfully lot of talent here. I said, how do you feel? He said, I think there's a lot of talent too.
Shot no good. Alexander,
Yes,
good.
Sir.
Mike Alexander, it's 4-2.
Yeah, there they come again, Pat.
Wilson had it knocked away, taken by Edwards and put in.
That's why the people love these teams, Pat, because there's a lot of action to the game.
Transition, look at
yes,
this.
Yes, sir. Oh, he was fouled. On Edwards, I believe. Yep.
Fouls on Edwards.
This should be an awfully good basketball game, Pat, for no other reason. The transition game of both teams.
Leroy Allen, 2 shots. It is 6-3, Calvert Hall leading. Another one, it makes it 6-4.
Oh, look at the movement. Look at the movement. Sass was on the end of the pass from Edwards.
8-4, Calvert Hall. Smith.
Also noticeable too, Pat, that ball didn't touch the floor hardly. Just good, sharp passing.
And fouls on Tubman. Foul on Pop Tubman. Calvert Hall leading 8-4. Ball comes into Patrick Smith. Comlow to
Yes,
Alexander.
Nice pass from Drew Comlow.
8-6. Edwards.
Might be walking.
That's the call.
Yep. Sort of lost his stride as he came into the paint.
Benny Bolton.
Good fake.
And the shot couldn't drop. Out of bounds to DeMatha.
Oh, it's going to be open.
No good. Tapped out. Tubman controls for Calvert Hall. '50th Paul Edwards. That's Mark Wilson. 10-6. Interception. And it's going to be taken by Alexander. Smith. No good. Rebound Alexander, no good. Taken by Paul Edwards off the board for Calvert Hall.
That looked like an easy shot, that little jumper that Alexander had, but he didn't use the glass.
Tubman, it is no good. And a foul is on...
It's going to be on Sass, I think, Pat.
Patrick Sass, 32. DeMatha has won 8 Alhambra titles, the last 5 in a row.
Look at the picture over in the corner, Pat. Brooks and his wife. Look like two lovers, don't they?
Well, we get a shot of that. I'm sure they are.
Uh-oh.
Air ball and stripped, taken away by Farrell from Benny Bolton. And it's out of bounds to DeMatha. Smith against Tubman. Gets it into the front court. We have Mark Kaufman coming into the Calvert Hall lineup. Foul was on Patrick Sass, and Kaufman goes in for Sass.
Well, that was Sass's second foul. It's also the team fourth foul, so it'll be a possession under the board. Boy, lot.
Walking called on Bolton. Some contact before that.
A great deal of contact before that.
Danny Ferry, number 35, checking into the DeMatha lineup, replacing Benny Bolton.
Well, I was talking to Bob Ferry, Danny's father, a little bit before the game. Say, he's a proud guy. He's got his hands full with the Washington Bullets, though.
Kaufman
Good
inside
pass.
Wilson, knocked away.
Good defensive play by Alexander. Comlow.
It's good.
shot.
Drew Comlow hits for DeMatha. It's 10-8, Calvert Hall.
Tough shot.
3:52 to go in the first quarter in the championship game of the ACIT. It's Dwayne Farrell, 34. The shot is no good. Taken by Alexander. Ferry to Comlow. No good. We've got a foul.
Underneath on Alexander.
We have number 30 in the ballgame, Vernon Hill for Calvert Hall, 6'4" sophomore. Ball will go to DeMatha.
There's that long pass.
Allen. And what a block by Vernon Hill. What a play.
You are right. The timing was just perfect.
That was perfect.
Just perfect.
And the fans love it. Vernon Hill, 6'4" sophomore with a great block. .22 Eddie Oliver in the ball game. Inside to Pop Tubman, wouldn't drop. Put up by Farrell, no good. Farrell
again.
And finally a foul.
Yeah, it's Ferry.
On Danny Ferry. DeMatha brings in Gregory Arnold, 6'1" junior. Drew Comlow goes out as we look at Dwayne Farrell, 6'5" sophomore.
And here comes Roach, Robert Roach in for the backcourt.
Number 21 for DeMatha. Smith going out.
Well, Morgan Wooten seems to alternate those backcourt people. It's going to be a possession if it's just if it wasn't on the shot.
No. So the ball will be out of bounds to the Cardinals.
No problem at all. Soon Zombie told what it was.
Kaufman's shot, no good. Foul is going to be on Arnold.
tell you, this game also has the officials most active, too. Good, fast-moving tempo here. Tubman.
Up, no good. Rebound by Arnold. Gets to Robert Roach. DeMatha trails by 2.
Baseline.
No good.
Followed it up.
Allen, good.
Followed it up.
Allen hits it. Leroy Allen tied up. That's the first tie in the ball game. 10-10.
Good work on the board.
Knocked away from Hill.
Good. No
Oliver's
call.
shot, no good. Goes to DeMatha.
Nice
Danny
pass.
Ferry's shot is no good. Rebounded by Vernon Hill.
He looks surprised when he misses one, Pat.
Ferry got a hand on it. Farrell retrieves it.
Yeah, he kept it in play.
Kaufman to Hill.
Oh my goodness.
Foul.
Oh, I'm really surprised no whistle there.
Little rough under there.
Oh, little surprised.
Drew Comlow will report in for DeMatha.
Well, Comlow's waiting to be whistled in.
Mark Wilson returning to the Calvert Hall lineup. Bob Tubman comes out for Calvert Hall. Vernon Hill, 2 shots. Hits the shot, that makes it 11-10.
Looks Farrell is going to get a little breather here for the Crusaders, or rather the Cardinals.
Got them both. 12-10. Calvert Hall.
Eddie. Get on the ball. Get on the ball. Get back, find the man.
Got a trap.
Edwards came up with it. Feed to Kaufman. No good. Rebound to Alexander.
Big ball, Eddie.
Ferry shot is no good.
Good play there, Pat.
Yep. Allen misses. Ferry shot no good. Comlow.
Comlow's there.
Oh, they missed another one. And finally grabbed by Vernon Hill. All the way, Vernon Hill.
Basket's going to count, Pat, on Hill. It's going to be offense.
So that makes it 14-10, Calvert Hall leading.
Well, Roach just stood right in there and took that charge. There wasn't much question but what Hill wasn't going to try to avoid him at all. But his momentum carried him right in as Eric Chapman comes into the DeMatha lineup.
Got Robert Roach at the free throw line for the Stags.
Now check out Joe.
Roach is a 6-foot junior. 14-11.
What do you got, Eddie?
Another one by Roach. 14-12. Mark Wilson.
Post, Joe.
Kaufman. Vernon Hills.
Way
No
off
good.
the mark.
Eddie Oliver, good.
Boy, what a strong offensive rebound and basket.
16-12, the Cardinals lead.
Now the people wanted a walk.
No good by Alexander. Rebound to Chapman. Now we've got a foul.
Yeah, it's going to go against Chapman.
Chapman. Offense against Chapman.
Well, I'm not too sure that Oliver didn't put on a little act job there too, Pat. That it helped influence the play.
Dwayne Farrell returns to the Calvert Hall lineup. Wayne Farrell.
Yes, sir. Good move to the basket.
Another shot is no good. Oliver with another one. That one is good. Eddie Oliver.
Now, Calvert Hall hitting that offensive board, and it's paying off.
Eddie,
18-12. 14 seconds to go in the quarter. Roach and Tubman.
Good chase.
Yeah. Ball goes to Roach with 4 seconds. And the shot by Alexander is good, and that'll be the end of the first quarter.
Good field goal. Good quarter, Pat.
That'll do it in the first quarter here in this ACIT championship game. Number 1, Calvert Hall against DeMatha. That's the end of the first quarter. Timeout with a score: Calvert Hall 18, DeMatha 14.
Pat,
Yeah, you want to come back and get a
you
shot
want to
of
start
Brooks?
with Brooks?
Yeah, get a shot of him.
All right.
I'm going to get a shot of Brooks and his wife here.
Stand by.
There's a shot of Brooks Robinson and his wife, and I think we got some radio interference in that picture over in that corner.
Brooks will shoot us if he sees that, I'll tell you. Well, that's a fine couple, Pat. That's a whole lot better couple than what our picture is. There it is. I think it
Cleared up a little
sort
bit
of cleared
there.
up a little bit there. But they've been up in Oakland to the Winterfest, Brooks and Connie. I'll tell you, Pat, the two of them have just treated Cedar Cake and myself so well over a period of many, many years, and we're happy to see them stop here to take in this game. We're going to be chatting with Brooks at halftime. Here we go.
Okay, ready to go with the second quarter. 4-point lead for Calvert Hall. Oliver to Mark Wilson. It's good. And the foul will be on Wilson.
In that position, he slid all the way.
20-14, Calvert Hall, their second 6-point lead.
Good job, Eddie. Good job, Eddie.
Well, that's two of those offensive charges that
Contact, Wayne. Ball, contact.
Robert Roach has taken. Reminds us of Curtis Towns out there at ACC. Oh, right there for the rebound, Pat. Was Alexander.
Right. 20-16. Just underway in the second quarter.
2-3 zone for DeMatha.
Wilson from
Wide
the
open.
corner. Good. Mark Wilson. 22-16. I believe Wilson is going to the University of Minnesota.
That's where he's going.
Tubman, Eddie Oliver missing. Follow is good by Paul Edwards.
Well, that's that speed, Pat.
8-point lead. That's the biggest of the game for Calvert Hall. Danny Ferry. Good.
Yep. Good hustle here on this end of the court by Robert Roach.
DeMatha sets up zone. Wilson. No good. Drew Comlow.
Got that wide open, Pat.
That is... Oh! They want goaltending, but no.
Oh,
What are they going to... What's the call?
I'll tell you what happened. The underneath man, Al Murray, looked for help from the outside man, Zombie. He didn't get it right away.
Well, Mark Wilson with the ball. Eddie Oliver, no good. Alexander for DeMatha with the rebound. Gives it to Roach. Danny Ferry. It's good.
Yes, sir. Boy, he'll eat you alive in there, I'll tell you.
24-20, Calvert Hall. 6:23 to go, second quarter.
Well, Ferry came into this game having hit 9 out of 15 from the field. That's pretty good shooting.
Dwayne Farrell, good.
Well, that's Farrell's first field goal.
He's got 32. You got him. You got him.
26-20, the Cardinals lead the Stags.
Oh,
Comlo's shot is good.
Yeah.
26-22.
Pat, don't let him touch the ball in that first area. All right, come on. Come on up, come on up. Middle. Step up, Eddie.
We have 5:37 to go in the second quarter. Watch. Paul Edwards. Well, no good. Rebound by Ferry.
There's that wild long pass again.
Leroy Allen.
Yep.
No good. Followed by Comlo is good. And a foul is called. Foul is on Farrell. 26-24.
Well, that's 3 or 4 times that DeMatha's been able to use that long pass. Soon they take the ball from the board. And each time they've been able to convert.
Comlo shooting.
See if he can complete the play. He sure
did.
does.
26-25. DeMatha cut the lead from 8 down to 1. Patrick Sass to Wilson. Inside it goes to Farrell.
Got a lot of contact inside.
That's going to be on Ferry.
Amatusi satisfied that he got the foul call. Wooten's not satisfied because he didn't feel he got the break on the pass off.
2 shots for Dwayne Farrell. Missed it.
Not too much arch on that particular shot as Tony Graves comes into the DeMatha lineup.
Ferry goes out.
The Ferry boy seems to be used sparingly, but he's always in double figures, it seems like.
27-25. I think he said something. He hit something like in the first 2 games, 9 out of 15 from the field.
One of the fellows from Philadelphia sent me a sheet over.
Well, that's a jump ball.
Good defensive play, Paul Edwards. Although I think Graves sort of lost possession of the ball when he went up to shoot.
Yep.
Well,
Bob Tubman. Patrick Sass. It's good.
Yep.
29-25. Calvert Hall. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Into Graves. Jumper is good. 29-27.
Seems like that area is open on that defensive DeMatha. Tubman.
Wilson, no good. Rebounded by Alexander for the Stags. Here comes Robert Roach.
They got Comlo on the left lane. Nope, didn't seem.
22, Leroy Allen.
Farrell
intercepts. In the middle it goes to Tubman. Well, follow is good by Patrick Sass. (31-27) the Cardinals.
Way front now, point, way front.
Overflow crowd here in the physical education.
Got to be walking.
Walking is the call. Bobcat Arena is jammed.
It really
what a
is.
crowd.
Well, you wouldn't want a much better high school attraction. What this is, Pat, that's all there is to it. DeMatha's got the reputation throughout the country. Calvert Hall certainly has built theirs in the last year or so I don't know what else you could ask. And they're fulfilling all of the dreams of everybody, I believe.
Right.
Go through.
Out of bounds to Calvert Hall. Timeout called by Calvert Hall. 3:37 to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout with our score. Calvert Hall 31, DeMatha 27. There's a shot of Bob Robertson in the middle, Paul Green on the right, and Jay Suter Keg on the left.
Paul's
Is that a rose between two thorns or something?
No,
All right, let's go to the action. Sass from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Graves for the Stags. 31-27. Calvert Hall leading. Knocked away from Allen, but he retrieves it. Patrick Smith back in the ball game for DeMatha. Has the ball. And a foul called on Vernon Hill. So we're going to get Tony Graves, a 6'6 senior. There he is at the line for 1-1. Missed it, and it's rebounded by Hill. Gets it out quickly to Tubman.
And I've mentioned other games how these teams get work off of their bench. Each team's had 8 points from the people from the bench, so shows you how tough and how strong their squads are.
Wilson open, no good. Conlow with a rebound. .23 is Smith.
Wide open
Nice
in that
pass
middle
into
again.
Graves. Couldn't hit the shot. Rebound by Farrell out to Tubman.
Yeah, DeMatha was back though. Gonna call offense, I think.
Yep. Tubman and Smith over there. What? Mark Amatuzzi didn't like that call.
Well, Amatuzzi thought that the offensive play that it wouldn't be a shooting play, but
right.
Patrick Smith on the line shooting 1-1.
No good. Rebound Edwards.
I think one thing that DeMatha is doing very well, Pat, is getting back on defense. Well, that's a tough
That was a
shot
real
there.
tough shot. A tap, no good. Tap back outside. Graves to Alexander. Missing a follow is good by Alexander.
Well, Alexander goes in double figures. They wanted to walk here at midcourt on the when they had their break.
31-29. Calvert Hall leading. 1:45 to go in the half. Wilson takes the shot and hits.
Well, Wilson goes into double figures for Calvert Hall, and Mike Alexander's in double figures for DeMatha.
33-29. Calvert Hall. Clock shows 1:15 to go in the second quarter. Into Tony Graves. No good. Rebound. Vernon Hill for Calvert Hall. Interception. Allen.
Allen.
All the way. Leroy Allen.
Oh, he anticipated that outlet pass right here in front of us so well.
33-31 with 50 seconds to go in the half.
Always seem to have a point man. Tubman's shot is
Good.
Tubman's first field goal.
35-31 Calvert Hall. Conlow rebounds. And
That's not going to count, Pat. It's going to be a foul on the baseline on Paul Edwards.
Kaufman returns to the Calvert Hall lineup, replacing Tubman.
Well, each team making some lineup changes.
Edwards coming out of the ball game. 1-1 for Drew Comlow.
Well, Comlow has 7 points.
(35-32).
Just a sophomore, Pat. As I said, there's a lot of underclassmen on this DeMatha ball club that I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot of.
That makes it 35-33. 20 seconds to go in the half. Calvert Hall has led the entire half. We had a tie at 10. Down to 5 seconds. Farrell. And going to be a jump ball with 2 seconds.
Well, Calvert Hall didn't play that all too well, Pat. They may get something out of this on the tap, but
Edwards got to put it up, or rather Wilson puts it up, no good at the buzzer. Or that was Wilson.
Yeah, right.
Wilson shooting and missing, and that's the end of the first half here at Bobcat Arena in this championship game of the 22nd annual ACIT. And as the teams go to the locker room, and we get a shot of the huge crowd here at Bobcat Arena. That's the end of the first half with our score. Calvert Hall 35, DeMatha 33. We're getting ready to go with the third quarter of this championship game between Calvert Hall and DeMatha. Farrell and Alexander jumping. Now they're going to toss it. That toss was off to the right as we look at it. So Joe Zoppi says throw it again. Patrick Sass and double dribble. Ball goes to DeMatha. Calvert Hall leads 35-33. Biggest lead for the Cardinals was 8 points at the 7:20 mark in the second quarter. Alexander ties it up.
Boy, a fine turnaround jumper, Pat.
That's the second tie in the ball game.
Well, Alexander's the leading scorer with 12 points. Mark Wilson has 10 for Calvert Hall.
Paul Edwards operating. Short. Allen. All the way. No good.
Comlow, though.
It's good, and he was fouled by Sass, and DeMatha takes its first lead.
Well, Comlow has 11 points, Pat, on 4 field goals and 3 fouls at the moment. And I think that 3 of his field goals, have been off of the offensive board where he's put in missed shots for buckets. Good, strong player. Mentioned earlier, he's a sophomore, goes about 6'4", but he is a sturdily built type guy.
Got a 3-point play, 38-35. So DeMatha takes the lead on the 3-point play by Comlow. Calvert Hall throws it away.
Slipped out of the hand of Tubman.
Comlow with the ball. Out to Smith. Alexander's shot, no good. Talking caught on Alexander.
Had an unfortunate incident there, Pat, because Comlow got in the mixed up with Alexander. Actually caused the walking. Alexander brought the ball down. It looked like right about the mouth of Comlow.
Mark Wilson, no good.
Wilson's out.
Yep. Mark Kaufman and Mark Wilson followed to hit it. 38-37, DeMatha. Playing in the third quarter.
Good spinning move there.
Comlow up with a shot, no good, but Allen is there for the basket.
A little surprised to see the board open.
40-37, DeMatha. Edwards to Mark Wilson, wouldn't go. Comlow rebounds.
Now he's going to call a walk down here. Well, there was a lot of action back here in the back court. The Calvert Hall, of course, bench wanted a walk. I don't know that he did.
Edwards to Pop Tubman.
Yep.
Good. 40-39.
Little warning about the ball coming through the net.
DeMatha leads 40-39. They took it away from Comlow. But DeMatha controls. Alexander wide open.
Got it to
Good.
the right time.
Mike Alexander.
Well, that's his 14th point, and that's just about what he's averaging for the year. 14 points.
42-39. Mark Wilson misses.
Yeah, he followed right back up. Comlow picked it right off his hand. Good play, Comlow.
But DeMatha throws it away. It'll go to Calvert Hall. Wayne Farrell, no good.
Tapped it in?
Yep.
Sure did.
42-41. DeMatha. Danny Ferry getting ready to come back into the ball game for the Stags.
Comlow.
Good.
Yes, sir. Well, Comlow and Alexander have 28 of the points that DeMatha's put on the board. 14 apiece.
44-41. DeMatha leading. Batted out. And it's going to go to Calvert Hall. Ferry coming in along with Gregory Arnold for DeMatha. Benny Bolton goes out, and Drew Comlow goes out.
Danny Ferry and Gregory Arnold replacing Drew Comlow.
Pop Tubman, no good. Mark Wilson. No,
He's got it again, though, Pat.
that's no good.
There's again.
That was Edwards.
That's what's going to count.
Yep, Paul Edwards hit it. Fouls on Arnold.
Fouls on number 15, Greg Arnold, his second, team foul.
44-43, DeMatha.
I'm sure that Coach Wooten doesn't like to see
Paul Edwards, the third.
the Cardinals get 3, sometimes 4 attempts off of that offensive board. Certainly shows that you're, not blocking out. There's a lot of jumpers there, though.
Edwards misses.
Oh, there's a littlest guy there.
Tubman missing. Mark Kaufman puts it up court, and it's retrieved by Paul Edwards. Out of bounds, out it goes. It'll go to DeMatha. Ferry shot it short.
Way short.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to have good possession of the ball.
Edwards. Oh, it's picked up by Edwards.
Yeah.
No good.
He's got
Edwards
it again, Pat.
And we've got a foul.
It's going to be foul underneath. It's going to be on 23, Patrick Smith.
Fouls on number 23, Patrick Smith, his first, team second.
Calvert Hall really hits the boards, don't they?
Boy, they
got a lot of beef to do it.
They do.
A lot of strength, including the guy right at the line, Paul Edwards. He averages about 14 points a game. He's a senior, goes 6'3", but just a burly built guy.
missed the free throw.
Well, he just missed 2 straight free throws. In the first half, Calvert Hall was 3 out of 4 at the line, while DeMatha was 7 out of 10.
And he missed that one. Rebound
3
Ferry.
straight fouls.
Had a chance to put him in the lead, 44-43. DeMatha.
Good
Ferry
pass.
off to
Yes,
Allen.
sir.
Good.
Nice pass from Ferry. Good teamwork here on the offensive end.
46-43. DeMatha leads. 3:38 to go. third quarter in this championship game of the 22nd annual ACIT.
Oh,
Edwards,
opened
good.
up right in front.
46-45. That was knocked away by Mark Kaufman. Got it from behind.
Just barely nicked it to keep it in play, too.
Oh, look at that move by Tubman.
Yeah.
Dishes it off to Dwayne Farrell. No good.
I don't know if that ball was tapped or not. Still on.
Picked up by Edwards. Tubman.
Uh-oh.
Foul is
Gotta
on
go
Ferry.
inside.
Drew Comlow returns to the Stags lineup. Carlton Valentine, 6'5" sophomore, also into the DeMatha lineup, number 42. Here comes Eric Chapman back in for the Stags. Robert Roach coming in for DeMatha, replacing Smith.
Well, DeMatha has used 11 players. Calvert Hall has used but just 7. Or 8, rather.
Paul Edwards out, Vernon Hill in.
Bench is so important that the,
Especially pace these teams
pace
play.
that they play, right?
Tubman ties it up. That is the third time the game has been tied.
Well, he used just everything there.
21.
Missed that one. Uh-oh. Mark Wilson.
Yeah, DeMatha let one slip away there.
.46, Calvert Hall leading. Oh, brother. Foul on Vernon Hill.
Yeah. Hill just couldn't get stopped. I'm sure that Eric Chapman would wish he had.
That's Eric Chapman with the ball.
Oh,
Carlton Valentine.
wide open.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And another tie for the fourth time, 48 apiece.
I don't think Valentine believed he was that open.
Ball is in the hands of Pop Tubman.
Post wave, post wave.
There's a good pass.
Into Kaufman, and he is fouled by Comlow.
Comlow.
Paul Edwards returns to the Calvert Hall lineup. Vernon Hill comes out. Mark Kaufman at the line for Calvert Hall. He'll have 2 shots. .48. It's good. 49-48. I believe so far this one, man, has gone just the way people expected it to be. Nip and tuck.
It hasn't
Tight.
hasn't surprised me any so far.
49-48, Calvert Hall.
2 evenly matched ball clubs.
That one's misfires, taken by Comlow. But Carlton Valentine with it.
Look at that move by Comlow. Good block. Great block by Farrell.
Edwards up to Wilson. To Tubman for the layup.
Well, they worked the play off of the board, fast break, almost to perfection.
51-48. There's another one.
Good
Dwayne
play.
Farrell. Knocked away in a foul by Comlow.
Well, you could just see that Farrell was getting ready to dunk that or slam it. But he's going to go to the line for 2.
Leroy Allen back into the lineup. Replaces Eric Chapman in the DeMatha lineup. 1:35 showing in the third quarter. A 3-point lead for Calvert Hall, and Dwayne Farrell going to the line.
Well, Farrell, he
2 shots.
averages out to about 17.5 points a ball game. He has just scored 5 up to this point. Still 5.
Mark Amatuzzi said they have not shot free throws very good this year. He said they practice a lot, but just haven't been able to get a good percentage.
Maybe they don't practice enough. Well, it's strange how those things go, but I hit that.
Good. 52-48. Calvert Hall by 4. 1:33 to go, third quarter. Robert Roach with the ball. Oh, nice shot by Valentine.
That's just good inside basketball.
52-50. Kaufman off to Tubman. No good. Tap, no good. And Valentine out to Allen.
Good pass back.
Leroy Allen ties it up.
Yes, sir. Nice pass back from Carlton Valentine.
That's the 5th tie, 52 apiece. Farrell shot, good.
They don't give you a chance to write much, do they, Pat?
54-52, that's for sure. Oh, brother. Dwayne Farrell crashing over into the WCBC broadcast position. Almost wiped out Jack Gilmore and Gary Harger.
And Paul Baker sitting right there with him, too. And one of the writers from down in Baltimore, Bill Glauber.
.30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
He might have grabbed it. Oh, that one in is going to count. Well, that was just a continuous motion from Mike Alexander. Al Alexander has 16 points on 8 field goals. First trip to the line.
And it's 54-54.
Isn't Alexander the one that has the little pump motion here? Let's watch this. There he goes.
Yeah, he
There he
set
goes.
that to music, you know.
Yeah,
And
look at that.
Yeah.
That's really all right.
Missed it. Taken by Valentine. And we've got another foul. This will be on Vernon Hill. Time for 2 shots. Missed the first one. Into the Calvert Hall lineup, number 40, Charles Sikorsky, a 6'4 senior.
First tournament appearance. Maybe for a little beef.
That one is good, and DeMatha again with the lead, 55-54. Kaufman with the ball.
Oh, they let him alone.
Take the shot. It's no good. And we'll have a jump ball here with 1 second left in the third quarter.
Gotta get a little more height in there in Bolton.
Allen comes out.
Sort of have a mismatch on the tap or on the jump. Let's see who controls.
Throw it up again.
That really wasn't a bad toss, Pat, I think. Unless somebody was in the circle, let's see.
Had a violation.
Bad toss.
So DeMatha will get the ball. The clock shows no time. That'll be it. That's the end of the third quarter. That's the end of the third quarter in this championship game of the 22nd annual ACIT. Our camera there looking at the huddle of the Calvert Hall Cardinals, the number 1 ranked team in the country, 33-0. And at the end of the third quarter, the score, DeMatha 55, And Calvert Hall 54. Oh, man, here we go. 8 minutes left in this championship game. DeMatha leads by 1.
What's the chant going on? Tomlow's wide open.
Short, taken by Paul Edwards for the Cardinals.
Look how fast he's getting up there, Pat.
And what a block by Carlton Valentine. Tubman, 20-footer, no good. Rebound, Farrell.
He's got a man hurt.
Yeah.
Got a man hurt. Twisted his ankle.
Yeah, I believe.
Went down right away.
Dwayne Farrell is injured.
Yes, you could tell right away the manner in which he went down that he had turned his ankle.
He's holding his right ankle.
He is holding his right ankle.
We'll get one of the tournament physicians. Dr. Lapidario is coming over now.
There you go. Well, there's
I got it here, Van.
a number of the doctors that have been attending from time to time.
Doctor.
Go ahead.
We got Clinton DeRogers, Dr. Leo Lai, Dr. Lapidario, Dr. Clarence Vincent, Dr. Leo Franklin, and Dr. Howard Strauss.
Well, they all take a little time to come up here and be around the tournament in case anything does happen.
This injury occurred with 7:39 left in the ball game.
You're always in hopes that they're never needed.
They're going to take the shoe off now. Or maybe
Well,
not. No,
well,
they're
they
gonna
generally tighten it up if they can. They're trying to get a couple of players, I think, to assist him off of the floor.
So Farrell is coming out of the ball game. Dwayne Farrell. An outstanding basketball player.
Sure is.
He's in some pain here, a lot of pain. And he feels bad about this because he knows he is not going to be able to play anymore this season. In this championship game, he goes out with 7:39 on the clock.
Well, that's a big blow to Calvert Hall. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, he's averaging better than 17.5 points a game. He has scored 8 points here in 3 periods of play tonight, but they're taking him right to the dressing room, Pat.
He really twisted it badly, obviously.
So it looks like order's just about restored now, and I think we're about ready to get things underway.
So Vernon... we got Vernon Hill in the lineup now.
So it's going to be Calvert Hall's ball just down at the end of the scorer's table. Mark Kaufman going to put it into play. And we're set to go.
55-54. DeMatha with a 1-point lead. Calvert Hall with the ball. Mark Wilson. Wilson shot short.
Oh,
By Paul Edwards.
Well, that was being in the right place at the right time. One of those little garbage-type field goals, but, man, I'll tell you, they all count.
Calvert Hall takes the lead now, 56-55.
Good move inside. Yes, sir. They're going to Alexander, Pat, and you can't blame them because I'd say he's putting on a show offensively. He has 9 field goals, 18 points, top of the key by Mark Kaufman.
And now Calvert Hall takes the lead.
You keep writing, Pat.
Trying to. 58-57, the Cardinals. Roach
Nice. There's a good
goes
pass.
to Alexander, and a foul is called.
He's going to call that on the defense.
That's on Edwards. Or wait, is it? Yeah, that is Edwards.
I think it is, yeah. That's his 4th.
Number 4 on Paul Edwards.
He cannot believe that. That's going to send Alexander to the line. He's only been there on one other occasion. He missed his foul shot then, but he's going to be there, I believe, for two.
So Calvert Hall's one of their big men, Dwayne Farrell, of course, going to the locker room with the turned ankle, and now they got Edwards with four on him.
With 4 fouls.
Edwards goes 6-3. So it's 58-57. Calvert Hall with the lead, and on the line, Mike Alexander. It's good. And we're tied up again.
How many ties we've had, Pat?
That's the 7th tie.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be in a championship game.
That's good. 59-58 DeMatha.
Look at that move by Tubman.
Tubman all the way.
One of those reverse dribbles, and it opened up in the middle for him.
60-59 Calvert Hall. 6.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Roach moves it over to Valentine. Alexander blocked by Edwards. Fire shot, no good. Conlow. Good.
Yeah.
Drew Conlow. DeMatha leads 61-60. Edwards, no good. Robert Roach rebounds.
Good for board position by Roach. I tell you, they get a lot of motion in that offense when Roach is running the show.
Alexander.
Little bump on. Yes, sir.
63-60.
Alexander has 22 points. DeMatha's up by 3.
63-60 the
It's going to be a foul, Pat. It's going to go against Valentine.
Vernon Hill shooting 1-1 for Calvert Hall.
Well, Edwards goes out of that Calvert Hall lineup, Pat. As you said a moment ago, he has 4 fouls. And there's 5:38 on the clock.
63-60, DeMatha leading. Hill hits it. 63-61.
Speaking of sophomores, that's what this young man is. Not in any hurry, is he?
Missed that one, rebounded by Conlow. Valentine to Alexander, it's good.
24 points.
65-61 the Stags. Mike Alexander. And that is Eddie Oliver hitting for Calvert Hall.
I'll tell you, that's some jumper.
65-63. Mark Kaufman.
Yeah, the ball went off of the hand of Oliver.
Oliver.
That field goal's going to count. They're going to have a foul on Oliver. See Oliver looking up from the floor position. He said, yep, the basket counts.
Well, that ties it up at 65. That's the 8th tie.
Robert Roach, the line, shooting 1-1.
So we're going to get Robert Roach at the line. We got a timeout called by Calvert Hall. Calvert Hall calls timeout, 4:55 to go in the ball game. Things are all tied up here in this championship game of the 22nd annual ACIT. There's a look at Coach Morgan Wooten in his 26th year at DeMatha. Over 700 wins, talking to his ball club. Timeout with the score, Calvert Hall 65, DeMatha 65. Robert Roach shooting 1 and 1 for DeMatha. It's good. The Stags lead it 66 to 65. Another one by Roach.
Well, the difference, Pat, right now in this game is at the foul line, where Calvert Hall has only been able to convert 7 out of 15. DeMatha's 13 out of 18. So there's, 6-point pickup there.
2-point lead for the Stags.
Long way to go. Oliver.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They're going to call a foul on Mark Wilson.
Second foul on Wilson.
.441 on the clock, 67-65, DeMatha leading. And they'll go to the line. Drew Comlow.
Well, Comlow's having a good night. Has 16 points.
Got it. 68-65. Comlow with another one. It's good. 69-65. DeMatha by 4. 4:35 left. Wilson. It's good.
Yep. Well, that's Wilson's first field goal here in the fourth period. Both these team within 2. There's Comlow. Another good drive.
Great shot by Comlow. 71-67.
Well, Alexander and Comlow are carrying the offensive load. Good pass inside.
Blocked by Carlton.
Yep.
Valentine.
Someone got in there with a lot of big people.
Here's a foul on Kaufman. Leroy Allen at the line.
So I think we're all set now.
Free throw is good. 72 to 67. That's the biggest lead for DeMatha.
Well, they really place so much under control.
Another one. 73-67, a 6-point lead.
Well, that's 3 straight trips to the line that they've cashed in on their foul shots, Pat.
Wilson. It's
That's
good.
gonna count.
And he was fouled by Allen.
You're right. Well, Wilson just seems to be taking over the offense for
He is.
Calvert Hall. Wilson has 18 points.
73-69, DeMatha. And it's now 73-70.
Let's see what.
Sent it back outside. Intercepted by Edwards. And they're going to throw it away. No, they don't. But a foul is called on Tubman.
Going to be on Tubman.
There's a look at Pop Tubman. Three and a half minutes to go.
Well, every time that whistle blows now, Pat, it's important.
So we'll get Patrick Smith at the line. Shooting 1-1.
No, Matt hasn't scored here in this ball game tonight. He has now.
Good. That makes it 74-70 to Matha. That one is good.
Hit them both. Quickly up
75-70.
Tubman.
Tubman shot, no good. And it's rebounded by Valentine, or rather by Alexander.
They got a man open, Pat. Didn't see him. Valentine was open.
5-point lead, 3:14 to go. The Stags with the ball. Come low to Alexander. No good. Taken by Edwards.
Well, they worked the ball up very well for the good shot, but
Off to Wilson. The basket is good.
that's good. Going to be a foul on Smith. Good drive from the baseline by Mark Wilson. Oh, what a drive.
So it is 75-72 to Matha.
Well, I tell you, the Mathis lead has been responsible of good foul shooting.
Good foul shooting.
They've been to the line 4 straight times, and they've cashed in each time for 2 fouls. That was
Wilson
better
got a 3-point play.
Have a timeout. Calvert Hall's going to take it. And they lead, Pat, 75-73.
Tamatha leading 75-73 over Calvert Hall with 3 minutes to go in the ball game. As we look at Coach Mark Amatusi talking to his Calvert Hall Cardinals. They are undefeated this year, but that is in jeopardy with 3 minutes to go. Tamatha with a 2-point lead. And with the score, Tamatha 75, Calvert Hall 73 will take this timeout. 2:58 remaining and a 2-point lead for the Stags. And they're going to spread it out. I thought they were.
That is me the other evening saying about 59 seconds. See what they do if they hold on to it.
That was
deflected away by Edwards.
Bob Tubman goes in for the layup, and it's tied up. $75 all.
Oh, good move.
Valentine, no good. After the ball, and it'll be a jump ball. So we'll have a jump ball.
Well, the Calvert Hall ball club, they wanted a foul down in the far end where the jump is being taken place. They felt that Carlton Valentine had come down over top. But we're going to have a jump ball.
All right. Paul Edwards caused that last turnover. Tubman went in for the layup to tie it up for the 9th time. 75 apiece. With 2:17 left. Tap goes to Calvert Hall. Mark Kaufman has it now. It's all tied.
I'll tell you, there's not much question but there's more people rooting for Calvert Hall, even though they are the number 1 seeded team. And Tamatha being the defending champion, but there seems to be more fans in the stands rooting for, I guess they feel, the underdog.
Well, it could be, but probably because of the fact that Mathis won it the last 5 years.
And not from this year's ability, really.
No, these are two great teams.
2 evenly matched ball clubs, right.
75 all with 1:42 to go. Let's see what Calvert Hall does now. They're going to play it. I'm sure they're going to be extremely patient.
Well, the Mathis packed in there their zone, 2-3 zone.
To make them play man, says Mark Amatusi.
He wants to bring them out to let them play, make them play the man. There they come.
Mark Kaufman. We're down to 1:20, 75 all. Tubman to Vernon Hill.
Pretty big man on the outside there now.
Paul Edwards gets to the guy they want to go to. Mark Wilson, turnaround jumper is good. Wilson. Mark Wilson about 18 feet away.
Well, let's see what DeMatha. Oh, they got
Calvert
it.
Hall leads. Ball is out of bounds. I believe it's going to go to DeMatha.
Soon Comlo hit the ball to the floor. Jumper's right there with it, but it's going to go to DeMatha.
77-75. Calvert Hall taking the lead. DeMatha with the ball. 45 seconds showing on the clock. Jumper hit by Wilson with about 53. Comlo baseline up there. No good. Rebound. Paul Edwards. And a foul.
Have a foul.
Valentine.
On Valentine. Big rebound by Paul Edwards.
DeMatha calling a timeout. The DeMatha Stags have called a timeout. The clock shows 36 seconds. There's a look at Coach Morgan Wootwell, somebody standing up in front of the camera. Mark Wilson's jumper has put Calvert Hall in front, 77-75. A foul called on the rebound. A timeout called with the score. Calvert Hall 77, DeMatha 75.
Notice there, Paul Edwards has scored 10 points, but at the foul line where he is there for a very important 1-and-1, he has missed the 3 foul shots that he has attempted tonight. This is certainly a big one. Got a good shot.
Big free throw. That makes it 78-75. Calvert Hall with 36 seconds showing on the clock. Paul Edwards with another one. And that one is no good. Taken by Valentine. 34 seconds left. And a steal. And put in by Mark Wilson. Wilson took it away and put it in. 23 seconds. Up by Valentine. It goes.
I think they call a walk down on the baseline, Pat. It's going to be an offensive foul.
80-75 as Mark Wilson.
Well, it was a big play.
Wilson the steal and the layup, and it's 80-75. And now Calvert Hall will have it out of bounds with 21 seconds. Goes to Mark Wilson, driving for the layup.
Well,
shot by Valentine, no good with 9 seconds. I whistle a jump ball.
Going to call a jump ball. Looked like Alexander may have had the inside position, but
82-75.
Boy, I'll tell you, this Cardinal Gibbon group is going bananas. Look at Mark Amatuzzi, Pat. Right here by the bench. He picked up a couple of players. How can you pick up Paul Edwards? Well, he did very easily.
9 seconds left on the clock. And another timeout called.
Boy, what a year.
We'll take a timeout right here with our score. Calvert Hall 82, DeMatha 75.
Pat, we're ready for this jump ball. I've been just watching this bench at Cardinal Gibbon. Mark Amatuzzi and his assistants, and there's about 4 others, they're just going nuts.
Calvert Hall scored 12 straight points. That shot is no good. Comlo goes up with it, blocked, and that's all for Paul Edwards. He fouls out.
I think Paul Edwards would be happy to foul out.
Right. I had to look down at my play-by-play, and Calvert Hall has scored 12 unanswered points. Edwards goes out. That's his 5th personal. We had DeMatha leading 75-70, and now it is 82-75. So 12 in a row for Calvert Hall. Lead by 7 with just 4 seconds remaining.
Well, let's see who's going to... I think Drew Comlo is going to go to the line. He is. He's had a good ball game. He's going to be in a losing effort, however. He's going to be there for 2 shots. That's too long.
Comlo misses it.
Now that's the first free throw that Comlo has missed. He had made 5 straight.
4 seconds remaining. That one is good. 82-76. Three seconds left.
They're just going to let him go.
That's the end of the ball game. The Calvert Hall Cardinals have beaten the DeMatha Stags and have won the championship in the 22nd annual Alhambra Catholic Invitational Tournament, and they break the string of championships at 5 by the Stags. There they are, the happy Calvert Hall Cardinals, and in so doing, finish undefeated, 34-0, and you've got to say win the mythical national championship on this court here at Frostburg State College, because Calvert Hall came in here ranked number 1 in the country. A come-from-behind win by the Cardinals, as we see the scene here on the court at Frostburg State College. That's the end of the ball game and championship game in this 22nd annual ACIT. Our final score, Calvert Hall 82, DeMatha 76. And we'll be back with the presentation of the trophies. And a lot of trophies will be presented here at Frostburg State College. Now we have the trophy presentations. And let's, if we can get a shot of all those trophies. There's the big trophy in the middle. Or the trophy we're looking at right now is the Archbishop William D. Borders Award, the tournament champion. There's a look at all the trophies. All these trophies come from the Sports Shop, 170 North Center Street in Cumberland, as they have for the past 22 years. The official source for the Alhambra is the Sports Shop, and this is the number 1 trophy. And Joe Franciosi tells me that these are the top-of-the-line trophies, the best that you'll find anywhere in the world. That's the big one, the Archbishop William D. Borders Award. There's Calvert Hall, the champions, the number 1 ranked team in the country, finishing up at 34-0. Photographers taking pictures. Now we have another presentation. This is Wamba Caravan number 89 Order of the Alhambra Memorial Award, a first place award. This also goes to Calvert Hall. There's a look at Mark Amatusi, a happy coach. Now the Judge Thomas B. Finan Memorial Awards, first place awards, 12 trophies donated by the Finan family. These, of course, all go to the tournament champion, Calvert Hall. Getting these individual awards now. These are beautiful trophies from the Sports Shop, the original Sports Shop. Boy, when you think back over 22 years, the number of trophies that have come out of the Sports Shop and presented at this prestigious tournament. This is the Deborah A. Debbie Getz 73 Memorial Award, the Winning Coach Award donated by the Getz family. And, of course, we'll go to Mark Amatusi. There's Mark and the Getz, George Getz. Now we have a first place award of basketball donated by the Sports Shop. And this will be presented by Dick Stern, the owner of the sports shop, presenting it to Mark Amatusi.
Well, you can very easily see that this is a very happy bunch around this arena at Frostburg State College, and I'm sure the guys that I'm going to be talking to are the happiest people not only here but in the state of Maryland, because Calvert Hall has gone undefeated in 34 games, rated number 1 in the nation, and just won the 22nd annual Alhambra tournament. Mark Amatusi, the coach of the Cardinals, standing here along with me, along with Paul Edwards, the most valuable player in the tournament, and also a selection to the all-tournament team. So, Mark, when this tournament got underway, you said, this is what we've been shooting for. I don't know how you could be any happier.
It couldn't have happened any better, too. It's a unique bunch of kids that I've had for 3 years, and, we've been telling everybody that the reason why we win is because we always play together and we pull for one another, and if things get tight, that's when we play our best. And, again, being able to do that in this situation tonight, really shows what kind of team Calvert Hall is.
Well, I think it had a little emphasis, too, because of the fact that you were playing DeMatha. DeMatha has a long heritage here in our tournament. They had won 5 consecutive titles, and it was sort of like a Baltimore-Washington connection going at each other. So there was a lot on the line.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I said this morning at the luncheon that, just being able to play against Morgan's team in the championship is a great honor. We've had a remarkable record for 3 years. That guy's had it for 11 or 12 years. Right. So, that was a very big honor for us getting in here tonight.
What are you going to do about these seniors of yours?
Cry. Yeah, they all laugh at me. I get too emotional. I start crying every time I think about it. But they're the greatest bunch of kids in the world. They really are.
Well, let me jump up here to Paul Edwards. As I said, he just had a great tournament. He was the most valuable player, also selected to the all-tournament team, as was Mark Wilson. I thought maybe we might be able to grab Mark here a few moments, too. But I'll tell you, I never saw a guy that was so happy to foul out of a game than what you were.
Yeah, well, sophomore year, our record was 28-3, but we came up here and we lost. We came in third. We lost to Gonzaga, but came back our junior year. Mr. Amatucci said we had a terrific year and you couldn't do better than 28-3, but we had a 29-2 record, and that was one step better. But we lost up here again. We lost to Archbishop Carroll, and we wanted to play DeMatha. I think we looked ahead to playing DeMatha instead of playing our game against Archbishop Carroll. So the beginning of this year, he said that you couldn't do better again, and here we are now, 34-0.
Were you, before the season started, were you actually thinking in terms of the Alhambra tournament again?
Yes, definitely, because this is the one that we wanted to win. Whether we knew we had to win the Catholic League.
Right.
But if we could beat the Catholic League, being ranked number 1 in the nation wasn't a goal at all. But winning Alhambra was the goal.
Well, I tell you, there's an awfully lot of talent and competition in this tournament. Mark, I don't know. You've played in a lot of, great tournaments this year. I don't know if there was any more talent in those tournaments than what you found here overall. This was a good tournament.
No way, right. The 3 games we played were probably against the 3 best teams consecutively all year long. And, that is quite an achievement in itself. So, definitely, if there is a number 1 high school team in the country, we are that, because we've proved it, in the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, and now we've proved it up here.
If you remember in the previous show that we had, I told you something about the Basketball Weekly, and I know you coaches read that stuff all the time, that you said, I think it was the Kreider fellow, wasn't it? Said
Kreider.
That if you can go through the schedule that you've put together this year, you deserve to be number 1.
Exactly.
And that's the way it's worked out.
That's the way it turned out. But it's all because of those guys. They're the ones that did it.
Hey, tell me a little something very quickly about Mark Wilson, because he was on the all-tournament. He was the best defensive player, and he was also the outstanding player in the tournament. So he did not come up. He's down in the dressing room.
Yeah, I think that getting the defensive player award, really makes him happy. Last night
we were the top scorer.
Yeah, last night when we got back from the Mackin game, he was really excited because he held Johnny Dawkins to 16 points. And, if there has been a tendency of a weakness in Mark's game, it has been his defense. But, the second half of the year, he's really put it together. And Mark Wilson's the best guard in the country. And I think he's proved that again up here.
You agree with that, don't you?
Definitely.
Well, I'll tell you,
And
you
he's
got
the best small forward in the country. He keeps proving it over and over again.
He's so strong.
Some guy kept saying he's an unsung hero. And I said, well, they keep saying he's an unsung hero so much. He's a hero now. He's not an unsung hero anymore.
Well, I got a big kick out of going to the boards, particularly the offensive boards. You got a lot of buckets in this tournament just muscling around.
Yeah, well, if the ball's loose, I figure nobody wants it but me, and to be that close is almost
man's style. That's
impossible.
the man's style.
All right. Hey, listen, thanks very much for stopping by. I know you want to get downstairs, but congratulations on a great tournament, a great season, and thanks very much. Where are you going to go to school?
I don't know. I'm going to see what Mr.
We're looking. We think we're going to have something to deal with now. Finally, right? He can definitely play Division I, and we're going to sit back and analyze it, and we're going to get the best place for him.
I didn't say a thing about this win. And I'll tell you, it went right down to the final couple of minutes. I didn't
definitely.
say anything.
Right. We thought we got control of the game with 2 minutes to go, and we made them come out and play man-to-man. At that time, we scored, and I think the momentum turned our way.
You remember, Pat just told me, he said, you ran off, I think it was 12 straight points.
We got 3 straight turnovers. We were traveling at half court, and that's what, again, turned everything around for us.
Okay. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Lots of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Our thanks to Mark Amatusi and also his most valuable player, Paul Edwards, for stopping by here and chatting with us. Pat, I'll tell you, oh, my goodness, every year we have one guy that always seems to find his way up here. They call him Pop Tubman. Now, he's probably one of the smallest guys in the tournament. He's also one of the most explosive. Why didn't you come up here when your coach was here? You a little afraid of him?
Well, I really didn't know, and I was, busy signing autographs, and I was saying hello to my mom and everything.
Are you the spokesman for this team?
Well, on and off the court, but mostly on the court.
Well, Mark told me that you're the quarterback and the coach on the court. I don't know about this off-court business, though.
Yeah, well, I thank him for that because he's taught me to be the coach, especially on the court.
Okay, congratulations to you. Good
All right.
job.
Thanks.
All right. Pop Tubman, second-team all-tournament selection. So, Pat, that sort of brings us down to the end of the line. Our thanks and congratulations as well to Mark Amatusi. That's what I was starting to say whenever, I guess I should say, rudely interrupted by Pop Tubman. But each and every year, there's always one of the players that comes up and has a few remarks to make with us, and we're happy about that. So here we are at the end of the line.
End of the line, and it seems like the basketball season went very quickly. Of course, when you enjoy things, it normally does go fast, and it's a great way to wind it up. It's fortunate that we get to wind up our season as a lot of the teams that come in on this note, because we get to see some great basketball, and I'll never forget the game that we had in the semifinals between Calvert Hall and Macon. Tremendous basketball game up and down the court, great play, and of course we had a great championship
Yes,
game.
well, I was just going to say the championship game was so good too because I think the estimated attendance was something like 4,000, and consequently everybody walks away from here feeling, well, we've seen a good high school basketball game and played before a packed house, and that means that come another year they'll be back to watch the tournament. It's just a tribute to these kids, really.
Right, and one thing we don't want to forget, Van, is to remind everybody that you see great basketball here, and also the fact that the proceeds go to help retarded children, and of course it's a great charity for the Wamba Caravan number 89 Order of the Alhambra. In 22 years, a lot of money has gone to that worthy cause.
Couldn't go to a much better cause, Pat, and while you were thanking, and I was too for that matter, we've just received so much cooperation from the people here at Frostburg State College all year, and certainly through this tournament. As I say, you could go on all the way down the line. The people from the Alhambra people have just been great from the last 3 or 4 days. I don't know how we could receive any better cooperation. And then, of course, I guess while I'm thanking everybody throughout our area, that is where we've appeared, why the administrators, coaches, and everything. There's a shot here. I don't know if we can, whether we could pick up Dwayne Farrell. He's sitting right here in front of us. I can't see our.
You're going to see his back. So.
I was going to say I don't know if we're going to get to see the front of him because he's sitting there with an ice pack on that right ankle, and he got hurt around 7:39 in the fourth period. Pat said at the time, this could be disastrous for Calvert Hall. But however, the Cardinals
Mark
came
Wilson
along.
took over.
No, did he ever take over? And that's what it all ended up about.
Right, well, 2 great teams going at it, and it's come down to this many times. Morgan Wooten has found himself, I think, in the same boat as Mark Amatusi sometimes, because of some great games when he was rated number 1, and of course he's had some great games down through the years, and he knocked off, remember, Power Memorial when they had Lou Alcindor down at Cole Fieldhouse, right?
Well, while we were thanking people, we neglected to mention Morgan because he has been so cooperative ever since he's been coming to this tournament. This dates back even when I was helping with the officiating, Pat. But he's been very cooperative. He plays the sidelines. There's no question about that. But he has done just one great job. And as I said during the course of the game, that with all the underclassmen that he was playing and using in this tournament and through the year, he has nothing to feel ashamed about. It's only his third loss in 30 games. Why, he is going to be back, I'm quite sure, come another year. And strong.
That's right. Always strong. So Calvert Hall snaps the 5-tournament streak of DeMatha. They had won this tournament for the last 5 years, 8 championships overall. They win it 82-76 over DeMatha. And like Mark says, if any team deserves to be number one, we do. And 34-0, playing some of the best teams in the country. And you got to, I guess, agree with that kind of thinking.
Yeah, you surely do. You have to walk around here with your head high, and that's exactly what he was doing.
So if there's such a thing as a national championship in high school ranks, it had to be played right here on this court in the Alhambra.
We're more than satisfied, and I'm sure Mark is too.
Right. Okay, that'll do it. That brings us to the end of the line in basketball season, and it's been a good one. We hope you've enjoyed all the games on Channel 8 as much as we've enjoyed bringing them to you throughout the season. And we also want to thank our sponsors who made the cablecast of this great tournament possible here in this beautiful facility, Bobcat Arena, on the campus of Frostburg State College. So the champion, the Calvert Hall Cardinals from Baltimore, Maryland, and that's the first time a Baltimore team has won it since Towson, way back when, huh?
I was just going to say it was a Baltimore-Washington connection. Of course, there's been a great rivalry there over the period of the years. Baltimore basketball, according to Ray Mullis, he felt a few years ago was getting much better, and I think that he is completely in charge there.
Okay, final score, Calvert Hall 82 and DeMatha 76. Our director's been Kevin Hill, our cameramen Tom Krogel and Donnie Lewis. Now along with Van Roby, this is Pat Corrado saying so long from Bobcat Arena in the Physical Education Center at Frostburg State College.